Hey guys, what's going on? Darren here, and welcome back to the F1 22 My Team Career Mode. And this time, we're at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. If you haven't checked out last round, go back, go check it out. The Belgian Grand Prix was a brilliant race for us. As you can see, we finally stopped Lando Norris from winning the Grand Prix. Lando's been on such a strong run recently, winning the last 3 races up until the Belgian Grand Prix. But he had a bad race at Spa, and we were able to capitalise on that with a victory. Now, as you see, going into Zandvoort, we're actually going to be taking brand new power unit components. A lot of our parts are starting to wear out, so yeah, we're going to take some new power unit components. One of them is going to be a penalty, though. It's, of course, we're taking a brand new gearbox, so that is a penalty going in to this Dutch Grand Prix, which is not the most ideal thing in the world, but yeah, it's something we're just going to have to take, I think, for this weekend. Now, you see, we're diving straight into qualifying, and yeah, that's not the Renault Pulse Motorsport car that you're kind of used to seeing. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I didn't realize this, but when I booted up the game, the livery had changed to this. And yeah, I didn't really realize that it had done that. So yeah, we've got this silver and red livery as opposed to our standard Renault Pulse livery this weekend, which I apologize about. Hopefully for the next race at Monza it should be all sorted, but yeah, I didn't really realize that I had accidentally left or accidentally changed to this livery even. And I don't even know what this livery is meant to be. It is literally just a generic red and silver livery as opposed to the yellow Renault Pulse one. But yeah, we're back to normal for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. So yeah, we'll consider this just a one-off livery. Hopefully it's a good luck charm for us here in Zandvoort, because we're going to need all the luck in the world taking a grid penalty going into this Grand Prix. But you can see we're on our qualifying run. This is our second lap, and you can see we're about 4 tenths up currently. We're currently down in P17, but this is going to take us a long way up. It takes us up to P9 here at Zandvoort, so that's not too bad. But we've got one more run left to go in qualifying. So here we go now to the end of qualifying, and you can see here we're down now in P10. But with this final run, we're going to be looking to improve and get ourselves a little bit further up the field. Let's see what happens. And in this final run in qualifying, round this long corner we go. But you can see we get a very bad exit. I accidentally left it in the wrong gear, and we actually lose 3.5 tenths. And we don't really improve on that. So yeah, this is after qualifying. I decided, you know what, we're going to take a brand new turbocharger going into this Grand Prix. But it's time now for the Grand Prix.
For years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside in races across Europe. Here this weekend, it's even easier to find the Dutch fans as they have a race to call their own once again. A warm welcome to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe, of course, as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of the 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Alain Prost alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Norris, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Sainz, Yuki Tsunoda and Albon, Mick Schumacher, Stroll, Teo Pourchaire and Oscar Piastri. They've taken a grid penalty. Joe, Schwartzman, Latifi and Bennett. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So here we are then at the back of the grid then for the Dutch Grand Prix. I probably should have taken a completely new power unit thinking about it, but we didn't. Anyway, it's lights out and away we go, and we get off to yeah, not the best start in the world. We lose a bit of ground there to Schwartzman and Latifi. Why is Robert Schwartzman down in P20? I have absolutely no idea. I don't believe it said penalty next to his name. So yeah, just a bad qualifying performance there by Robert Schwartzman in the Mercedes. And do you know what? Schwartzman's had a bad season. And surely Mercedes have got to be looking at a new driver for Season 4 of My Team Career Mode. Because yeah, Schwartzman has just not been delivering the goods. But that being said, he did just stay ahead of me there. So it is Schwartzman in 20th place. We're down in 21st. We got past Gotifi, so, you know, we got past the hardest driver in the field to overtake. So it should all be a lot easier from here now. We've got past Nicholas Latifi. Now, going round this left-hander, you can see we're just struggling a little bit in the dirty air of the cars ahead. Our teammate Alain Prost is currently leading this Grand Prix, which is excellent news for us. It looks like it is our teammate in first, and then a Ferrari in second, and probably Lando Norris in third place. I believe that's Charles Leclerc in second place. So, yeah, not a bad start then for our teammate Alain Prost, running away then very quickly with this Grand Prix. And you can see as we exit the final corner, we're going to use a bunch of ERS, and here we go down the inside on Robert Schwartzman. Can we make it stick? Yes, we can. Not only do we get Schwartzman, we get our former teammate Oscar. Actually, no, Oscar Piastri was never our teammate, but we got Oscar Piastri as well. And that is us now up to P19. Next up for us is Zhou Guanyu, and just ahead of Zhou Guanyu is the man who was actually our former teammate, Théo Pourchaire. Yeah, so next up for us is Zhou Guanyu, and guys, I wanted to say, if you are enjoying this video, please do smash the like button and subscribe for more F1 content, and welcome to 2023. I actually can't believe it's 2023. That's absolutely madness. And 2023 for me is going to be a big year. It's going to be my first full year on YouTube. Of course, in 2022 I started in July, so yeah, it's going to be my first full year doing YouTube, and guys, I can't wait to bring you all the content this year. There's going to be so much content for me to bring, and especially covering a full season of F1 as opposed to just the games. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun to do a full season. So yeah, guys, I hope you are ready for that, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, because I know that the majority of viewers that do watch my channel are not subscribed to my channel. So if you are one of those guys, please consider subscribing for more F1 content. Now back to this racing. See, we got past our former teammate Théo Pourchaire, and we go to lap number 5, and down the inside we go on Lance Stroll. And this is going to be the first of many, many overtakes, because now we go to the end of lap 5. And look who we're right behind now. It's Mick Schumacher in the Haas. Our car is so much faster than these guys, as you can see, with Alain Prost running away with it in first place currently. Our car is just so much faster than the cars around us. So Mick Schumacher should be no challenge for us. And here we go. We're going to go down the inside on Mick. Can we make it stick? Of course we can make it stick on Mick. And next up for us is Alexander Albon. And we go now to the end of this lap as well. Lap number 6. And we're right there with Alex Albon. And it's going to be a rinse and repeat move, I think. Just like we did with Mick Schumacher and Lance Stroll the lap before. Next up is Alex Albon. And here we go then. Slipstream, ERS and DRS, and we're going to go round the outside this time, not just the inside, but around the outside of Alex Albon we go and make it stick. Next up for us is Yuki Tsunoda. So of course we go to the end of lap number 7, as we got one car diving into the pits. I believe that's Kevin Magnussen. Yes, it is. We've also got a few other cars in the pits, but for us, we're going to go down the inside on Yuki Tsunoda. Boom, through we go. That is us now up to P number 7 on lap number 8, and guess what's next? It's Pierre Gasly. So here we go to the end of lap number 8, and we are right there with Pierre Gasly. He's not got any DRS, and we are going to get the DRS and ERS. So here we go, ERS up to overtake in the slipstream. Here's a DRS, and boom, right around the outside. We're going to make it stick. There we go, straight through past Pierre Gasly, and that is us now up to P5 in this Grand Prix. And next up is going to be Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. But as we go to lap number 13, they've dived into the pits, and so that puts us up to P number 3 at the end of lap 13, as we now dive into the pits to make our first of 2 stops to go from the medium tyres to another set of fresh medium tyres. Hopefully we can get a good stop, because if we can, we might just jump quite a few people here. So off go the mediums, on go a fresh set of mediums, and who knows, are we going to get Fernando Alonso here just ahead of us? No, Alonso gets through, but look at the traffic here. And we might get Esteban Ocon. No, we're going to settle for be behind Esteban Ocon. But Ocon, he's stuck behind Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu's yet to stop in this Grand Prix. And if we can maybe get Esteban Ocon, we might also get Zhou Guanyu very quickly as well, as Lewis Hamilton is looking right behind us. Lewis Hamilton didn't manage to get past us, so Hamilton is stuck behind us, which is a good thing for us. But you can see it now, we're closing in on that gap to Zhou Guanyu and Esteban Ocon ahead. And we're just going to stick with it here. Oh, we almost lock up and cream into the back there of Esteban Ocon there. He's going so slowly because, of course, Zhou Guanyu's tyres are so worn out at this point. Yeah, we almost ran right into the back there of Esteban Ocon. Ocon's looking to go around the outside of Zhou. Zhou beautifully goes defensive on Esteban Ocon and blocks him there, stops him from trying to find a way past. So he's stuck behind Zhou Guanyu, and we're now going to get the DRS and ERS, and let's see if maybe we can get both cars into turn 1, not just Esteban Ocon. Here we go now, DRS, we're going to go right around the outside. Zhou Guanyu blocks Ocon, and we go right around the outside of both cars, and you can see that going into turn 1, some debris on circuit there, oblivious from this man Lance Stroll, who's also yet to stop in this Grand Prix. Was it from Lance Stroll? It definitely looks like it, because he is going so slow. And yes, it is. You can see there the front right end plate is missing there on Lance Stroll, and down the inside we go on Lance Stroll, and that is us now up to P9 in this Grand Prix. Next up for us is, of course, Fernando Alonso. And here we are then as we go to the end of lap number 16, I believe that is. And we're right now there with Fernando Alonso, as he's going to get the DRS though on Carlos Sainz. So it might not be an easy pass for us, because of course Alonso's going to get the DRS as well. But here we go, we're going to go for it anyway in the slipstream. Alonso's pulled out of the slipstream. We've now pulled into the slipstream of Carlos Sainz, and right around the outside of Fernando Alonso we go. And that is us now up to P8 in this Grand Prix. Next up for us is Carlos Sainz. Now, in this championship, it is important that we beat Lando Norris today, but Norris is still so far ahead of us, and that is why it's important that we make these moves as quickly as possible. And through we go, down the inside on Carlos Sainz. Can we make it stick? Yes, we can. Next up is Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo. Perez and Ricciardo are going wheel to wheel. Perez on the soft compound tyres, which is brave, it has to be said. I didn't think anyone would go for the soft tyres in the race, but Sergio Perez has gone for the soft. The soft tyres have very little life, it has to be said. Really struggled to get much out of them in qualifying. And yeah, I believe in the race we're only good for like 5 or 6 laps. So yeah, very surprised to see Sergio Perez go for the soft tyres here today. But he has gone for them, so let's see what he can do with them. As we are now sticking with Daniel Ricciardo here, who is stuck behind Sergio Perez, who I think his soft tyres have gone off the cliff of grip here, and he is starting to really struggle on those softs. And you can see the gap is, well, it's non-existent between Daniel Ricciardo and Perez, and the gap between us and Ricciardo is only a couple of tenths a second as well, because we are just stuck behind them. But here we go now, we're going to get the ERS and DRS, and here we go in the slipstream. Are we going to go down the inside on Ricciardo? Yes, we do. We're going to look to go down the inside of Ricciardo and also go down the inside of Sergio Perez. Can we make it stick? Ricciardo's going to go round the outside of Perez. Perez there, absolutely mugged by both myself and Daniel Ricciardo. What a move that was to get past him. As we go now to lap number 24. And here we go. We're going to go into the pits. And this is going to be for our second and final stop in this Grand Prix, to go from the medium tyres to the hard tyres. Now, as you can see, Lando Norris is on the medium tyres, as is Charles Leclerc. Now, they stopped about 3 laps ago, so that means that they've got to do about 13 or 14 laps on the medium tyres, whereas we've only got to do 11 laps on these hard compound tyres. And that means we can push these hard compound tyres to their absolute limit, whereas Lando Norris needs to nurture those medium tyres and make sure that they can get to the end of this Dutch Grand Prix. So you can see the gap between us and Lando Norris is currently 11.4 seconds. Let's see what we can do as we go towards the end of this Grand Prix. See, start lap 31, the gap between us and Norris down to 7.5 seconds. As we start lap 34, the gap is now down to 3 seconds. And now we start lap 35 and the gap is down to 1.9 seconds. And we go towards the end of lap 35 and the gap is just about a second. We're going to get it under a second, which means as we start the final lap of this Dutch Grand Prix, we're going to get the DRS, of course, on Lando Norris. And look at this. Norris is not going to be able to get past Leclerc, because I think Leclerc is going to get DRS from the Williams in front as well. And here we go now, DRS and ERS. Here we go into the final lap. We're going to go down the inside with a late lunge on Lando Norris. We make it stick. Through we go, down the inside, past Lando Norris. Here we are on the final lap though. Can we get Charles Leclerc and get yet another podium in this My Team Career Mode? Or is Charles Leclerc just a little bit too far out in front? I have a feeling he might be just a little bit too far in front. But there's still time on this final lap. We've got much better tyres than Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc's medium tyres are going to be dropping off the face of the cliff in terms of grip. And that means we might be able to just about find a way past Charles Leclerc. If not into this DRS zone, then maybe, just maybe on the exit of the banking, we might be able to find a way past Charles Leclerc. Let's see what happens then. We're sticking with Leclerc. We're getting closer and closer to the Monegasque. And now round the final couple of corners, we go into the final banking. Are we going to be able to get a launch on Charles Leclerc? Let's see what happens here. We're going to use all the ERS that we got left. We're in the slipstream of Charles Leclerc. We're going to use the DRS as well. He's run out of ERS to the line. Can we get him? No, we can't. It's P4 here today.
What do you think helped them deliver this result?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team strategies. They got all those things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they secured here.
So Max Verstappen takes victory here at Zandvoort. Our teammate Alain Prost finishes second, with Charles Leclerc in third, we finish in fourth, and Lando Norris, most importantly, finishes down in fifth place. So we have closed the gap just a little bit to Lando Norris, as Max Verstappen celebrates another victory in this season of My Team Career Mode. I think he's won about 4 or 5 races this year, has Max Verstappen. He's had a very good form, but he has DNF'd a few times, which is why he's so far behind. So as we go to the driver's standings, Lando Norris still leads the driver's standings, but we are now 15 points behind, and Alain Prost is just 30 points behind Lando Norris. And in the constructors, Pulse Motorsport still leads the constructors. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, as always, just before we say it, we got a morale boost for the powertrain, which is good. Anyway guys, as always, comment, leave a like, and if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel for more F1 content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching guys, bye.